Hi, Scorpio Risings. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their rising sign in the zodiac sign of Scorpio. Unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 3-card spread of love, money, and you. And then we'll get a card from the Major Arcana, which will come from this Cosmic Tarot deck. I kind of switched it up a little bit. And then we'll get a card from the End of the World as We Know It deck, created by me, that has the lunar phases and zodiac signs. Everything has been pre-shuffled. Let's go ahead and begin. The sun just began to rise and come out a little bit here, where it was it's been raining, but now it's brightening up and the sun is shining. You can see it on the trees and the grass. You can hear the birds singing. I love my balcony lights on too, because I like to do that when it's like rainy. I love the rain, so I'm gonna have to unplug them bitches. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. That wanted to come through for some reason, so take what resonates for that. I also got the message of never mixing business with pleasure. Okay, let's get this deck here. Let's get your first card. For love, for Scorpio rising. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. Here I'm getting not walking away. From what isn't fulfilling. I'm noticing these cups that are turned over. There are 5 cups that are turned over. And then there's 3 cups that are spilled. The message that I'm getting with this 5 cup of, it's a 5 of cups reversed. Well, I'm almost getting mixed messages here. And a really, like, I get there being a sense of some kind of manipulation, someone wanting to try to be figured out, someone wanting to play games. I'm not going to do that for this card. So I do get this as being, just seeing the full moon there, I do get this being about illumination of someone who likes to play games, who isn't regretful for anything that they've done, with the 3 spilled cups there. Where I do get excessive partying. And then with the 8 association, I know it's 8th house energy of Scorpio. That could be significant as far as the house energy. But I don't get this being pertaining to you. I also get with the amount of water connected. I was going to say karma was going to be next. So karma coming through for whomever this person is. And then this person also being over emotional. And I do see the clouds moving away from this energy, and that giving the sense of being illuminated by the moon and what's happening in the darkness. Where someone may also had a 3D perspective or a belief that what's done in the dark cannot be seen, that they're invincible, and that whatever it is that they do they can get away with. They're not getting away with it. And then I do see 2 cups here, where this person may have tried to hide 2 cup energies as a part of some manipulation that may have caused some sadness with the 3 cups spilled over. Someone who's destructive is what I get here. I also get false representation of Leo energy, with the 8 energy representing Leo season also too. And then cups will be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and a Fucus. So I get major karma here. We have the Empress reverse. So this will be connected to that 2 of Cups is also what I'm getting. Lately for the Empress card, I've gotten both the Empress and the Emperor with the Mars energy as the backing energy. Universal energy also too. So this continuing, being a continuum, even with this reversal energy. But with this Empress in reverse, this will speak to an Empress who's been drastically mistreated and also hurt and very disrespected. In the midst of this reversal energy, though, the surroundings are still going to remain, and that energy is going to be relevant and present. And then I also see a cross here, and that being significant as representation of being safe, protected, loved, adored, appreciated, with the cross being connected to this overall circle energy, having the world in their hands, and then also having the key is also what I get here too. And this being connected to, I'm getting a spiritual level of Hierophant energy, and that being significant also too, where this ring energy, I'm getting ring of fire, and that being significant to the zodiac sign energy, but then also Mars being one of your rulers here, along with Pluto. So take what resonates for this. And then I'm just getting someone's block perspective, wanting to be like a 3 energy of blocking, but there's no blocking when there's an Empress power that's present, whether it's in the upright or in the reverse. And that just speaking to the amount of power that the Empress holds and has, and how the Empress is the Empress. Having the key regardless, but this showing someone being very mistreated, very disrespected. So we'll leave this here. And it could be with the masculine energy here. I do get this being about someone who is not walking away from something that's completely over. And this being a distortion of someone's world, where it's being illuminated of something that's already happened. Let's get your money card for Scorpio rising. Yeah, I'm also getting someone not wanting to see, but given that we have this here in the money section, it's being seen like it's illumination. Okay, so then the moon energy, I do see that here. I'm just noticing like that moon being present, even if this person refuses to see the truth of this Empress here, who's completely magnetic, powerful, all 4 queens in one, creates and is birthing something new at all times, whenever they need it, however they need it, divinely connected, a mother energy. So everything connected to the all 4 queen energy is also going to be elemental energy connected to the magician of creating. And so I do get that being about transmutation and having that true natural key connected to the cross energy for illumination to come about. I even see like the planetary energy that's at the crown for the Empress here being connected to what's here with the moon. And then that moon energy, you see another female energy where I do get this being Empress energy in reverse also here too, but it being transmuted energy of this 2 of Swords in reverse, and that speaking to being seen. It's everything that I said here. Being seen, recognized, and appreciated, regardless of how someone wants to distort and create that wand there. And this will be the reverse magician. So transmuting that energy And the reason I say that too is because of the 8 that's also here, where you would see the 8 energy of an infinity symbol, typically above the crown of a magician. But this being reversed, this is going to be reversed too, but I feel it's a part of the distortion to have one or others to believe that this Empress is in the acts of what it is that this energy is doing. But you see the surroundings of this person, the surroundings of this person. Which one do you believe? So then I feel that that is going to be connected to the message that's here and the truth being seen. That's all I get. That's it. So then swords will be that Gemini energy of manifesting. This V energy, I do get that being a symbol of fire. So it'll represent that ring of fire, the strong magnetism and representation of Queen of Wand energy, elemental energy, and manifesting and creating truth is what I get here, with that sword energy being connected to communication and speech, along with the magician energy. But then I'm also getting this moon energy. Like I'm getting like a head to toe energy and chakra energy. And this being about elevation, even though someone has tried to take an Empress down. Still elevating while there being attempts to take someone down. So I get that moon being here at the root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus, right over the heart space, connecting to the throat. So the illumination also being spoken, truth being spoken about what's been happening connected to money, but also being seen and recognized. Spirit wants me to reiterate this so hard here. We're in that process of recognition. There's also great reward. Full reverse. And very interesting. I was going to mention the colors of the clothing here, but didn't feel a need to. Now it's very necessary because it is very identical, and it'll speak to the manipulation. The throat chakra energy that I mentioned here, connected to someone blocking and wanting someone to not be seen. Wanting a divine feminine to not be seen is what I'm gathering here. I even get 2 people lying. And thus crossing the energy of the moon, of the truth, of delusions, illusions, false perceptions, blind to the eye. But this has only strengthened the divine feminine being connected as a divine conduit. So what I was going to say with the throat chakra color will be blue. You have the blue that's surrounding the mask of this person here whose face doesn't want to be seen here and doesn't want to be seen here, but they're still being seen. And then what I'm also seeing here is a similarity of some kind of distorted creation to try and be this Empress, or to have what the Empress has. And with this being in the money section, we'll speak to what has happened here in connection to the mistreatment of the Empress here. And that's how I'm going to leave it there, because I feel that was a very clear statement of that resemblance. The theft I'm also getting associated, and then foolish behavior coming from this masculine energy. The fighting being over also is here too, so that will speak to also these spilled cups, the 5 cups, and not being in regrets. This being over, this cycle being completely done with, someone just being seen for what it is that they've been trying to do here. And I think what we're going to do here is just go ahead and align it this way here, because it'll be very similar to what's here, this being in the money, this being the love. And this will also speak to that reverse Gemini energy. I also wanted to say the zodiac signs. You can see that here. The planetary. This is a facade of a world here. I also get that too with the full reverse. And that also being about blocking energy and wanting to create some kind of stoppage when it comes to a new cycle, a new beginning, movement forward to receive recognition and reward. It being seen, and now the rewards coming through. With the mistreatment and the transmutation of that energy. The Empress empowering and knowing how to make things work in their favor regardless of what someone else wants. So this pretty much being about no one's lies being a divine feminine's truth. And then as a result of that, someone being seen for their very messy and sloppy truth. Let's get your U card for Scorpio rising. That timing couldn't have been more perfect. That one too. U card for Scorpio rising. Right away I heard, ain't you tired? And they are. So this is masculine energy again. You can see the wand being held here. And that, what I just sang came from the song Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. But it's the same person here. Surrounded by this being their natural surrounding, attempting to harm an empress, take from an empress in order to gain what the empress has and is, being unsuccessful at it, and then being busted for it. Being tired and overly tired because they've been trying and trying and trying, coming against the divine. And they're learning lessons here. That's all I get. This is a Wounded Warrior card. It's also the card of Fucus. Which is strong feminine energy. So coming against a divine feminine, and just receiving the smackdown. There's 8 wands here. That'll speak to the discovery of what I said here, the illumination of wanting to block. The 8 energy associated with this person, it's all tying itself back together. So that's going to be that infinity symbol of what goes around comes around, and someone receiving their karma. But then also being seen. And each of these wands here connected to the 8 energy that's here, it's the same damn thing here, because this will be 9 energy. Even though this is an 8 card, it's the same damn thing. And that'll be a part of the manipulation too. And trying, I just feel that this person has done this and this and this to try to say, here, I'm doing this. And I've said this before in many readings. I'm not doing that here. It's here. It's seen. And those who are awake to this will see this too without me having to run in circles like this person does with their foolish behavior, who's now being illuminated and seen for their truth. I'm getting dick in hand also being associated with this wand here, and someone also having major superior ego. An ultra inflated ego is also what I'm getting, and this being brought down as well, where they may have thought that the size of their penis had some kind of effect as far as like how it is that they're seen. Like having a large penis doesn't mean that you know what to do with it. And having a large penis doesn't always mean that it feels good. Everyone is made and built differently and designed to be with particular people. Where some females, some feminines do not prefer large penises. So I feel that that's about a 3D perspective that's also getting busted down here too as well. No one cares. It's the motion in the ocean, boo. Let's see what's at the bottom. Wands will be fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, and a Fucus. Alright, so then the mixing business with pleasure could also be coming through. I'm getting like a mogul of some sort who built their way up deceptively and then are using and abusing feminine energies when it comes to the wand. and that also being significant. Mixing business with pleasure, and that being busted up in someone's face as well. Too busy. Now everything coming full circle. This person is feeling it, also seeing it, and everyone else is seeing it too. Let's see what's at the bottom. So everything I just said in like those last few sentences will be this tower that's incoming for this person. And you see there's a masculine here. He's also naked. It'll speak to the using and abusing, the inflated ego. We got sirens going on outside there. It's a party. Hey, so we'll go ahead and leave this here with this person. This is what they're feeling. This is exactly what I just said. They're feeling it. Card of 16. The card that comes after the tower is going to be the star card of the antidote, and blocks being moved, wishes coming true and through. And I want to mention too, there's a strong Scorpio energy with these all being in reversals, but this being a significant message connected to darker Scorpio energy, where I get the divine feminine energy of the Empress being Scorpio energy as well and on the rise. With the illumination station that's coming through here connected to a masculine who has acted very foolishly, especially when it comes to the money, but then also with the love. And then wanting to overtake, I just feel trying to be this Empress here and maybe trying to push an Empress down in order to try to take their identity and be them, but they can't be them because they have come across a divine one. They may have tried this with other people and been successful. Coming against a divine conduit and divine feminine, also divine masculine who's present with the divine feminine in each of these cards. Tower. Let's get your major arcana. I'm just hearing very silly acts. Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising. And I actually had this deck out in the rain. Not out in the rain, but I was sitting on my balcony last night while it was raining. It was very humid. And somehow the dew from the rain was getting to the cards. So I do get that being a sense of cleansing. The healing energy that's coming from the star card that comes after this wiggity whack tower. Scorpio rising. One card, please. Like, I almost want to call this identity theft. Scorpio rising. The first thing I was going to say before I even move this card is, wow, what an impact, where I do get this being connected to the divine Empress energy, divine feminine energy. But the eyes, the strengthening of the power from within and wanting to try to blindfold or have a divine feminine not see. They see all and know all. So covering up the eyes, they're going to know regardless. And then I feel what has happened only enhanced. I did say that empowered the Empress to be even stronger than before. Now being here is this justice energy in the upright from a whole different deck. And then I see fingers as a crown here. So this will speak to the transmutation of that control. And this landed right on top of this foolish energy here also too. And you can see like the parts of the mask here with the 3 fingers. That 3 energy being connected to the manipulation towards the Empress. but it also being connected to the truth of a magician, that being third house energy of Gemini. The magician is a Gemini card. It's also Aries card, so that'll speak to the over-controlling emperor and identity theft of this person. And the parts of this hat, I see that being like the fingers that have made this crown, but this crown now being significant as far as empowerment. Here's the sun and here's the moon energy. This is divine masculine, divine feminine energy from within, balance. Divine masculine, divine feminine energy. You see that circle energy, that moon energy, significant from head to toe. Chakra energy, kundalini energy, connective energy. The two swords, where I got that being connected to this person and their lives and possibly having an accomplice here. Transmuted that energy the Empress has into a connection of swords of truth here. And then notice the beams that are coming from these eyes here, where these eyes have been covered. This is the smackdown, pretty much. And then the rose energy being significant, I did channel that heavily. I actually put on a little bit of rose oil, and then there's rose essence that's going and flowing throughout your reading here that I began right before this reading. So I will say roses are going to be significant for you as far as also to healing. I even have rose petals that showed up here. I didn't even put these here. They were here when I got here as a part of your reading here. And then the energy that's it's everything here. Wanting to take from an empress, a divine empress. And I keep saying divine empress. I don't think I've really said that before and channeled that as a part of a reading. But the surroundings here, it cannot be denied. It's undeniable. And I even see like the beams from the eyes being the swords of truth. When it comes to someone wanting to keep an empress, a divine conduit, divine feminine from being seen. Justice being served, the scales being balanced. Here's the triangle energy to balance out that bullshit energy of the downward triangle that's here. And then upright two of swords. But this shit being over. That'll also speak to that five of wands in reverse that we also seen as well. And that'll be fighting, competition, just connected to the five energy that's with this person here. That's foolish. This justice card fell right on this. And it also fell on the money. So I do feel that being about the reward that's coming through that I channeled here for you as divine feminines, for those who are resonating. And justice being served for you in a very, very significant and major way. Illumination, station, all the way through here. The balance from the moon energy to that beautiful energy from the Empress of that sun. And the rising energy, you being Scorpio risings. And that's speaking to your power as a Scorpio. Now, one thing I do want to say here, I channeled a title here for you. And I might even keep it this way, instead of focusing on the identity, attempted identity theft, because nothing can really be taken from you. Let's get that clear. And anything that attempts to be taken, it's obviously going to come full circle and be seen and shown. And as I'm saying this too, you have 1, 2, 3. That'll speak to even more of that association of that negative Gemini energy. The negative, the reverse Gemini energy, that will also speak to dark magic being done as well. But one thing I wanted to say, in my Vedic chart, I have significant Scorpio placements. Where I do believe, and I should have checked to make sure, because I've studied it and I've written it down, but I don't really, I hold it in my heart, just knowing that I'm a strong Scorpio from my ancestors. But in my ancestral chart, I have more than a few Scorpio placements as Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and I wanted to check the Scorpio Rising too, but I'm not sure. And there's another Scorpio placement. There's a lot of Scorpio planets that I have in my ancestral chart. And so I do get that very strong connect with my grandma, my granny, who wrote me a letter. I'm going to go grab it. that there. But this is the message that I got from my granny to send to everyone here, where it's going to resonate for everyone in a different way. But one of the last letter that she wrote me before she passed on, she's right here. But the actual physical letter that I have from her, stay in touch. Love, Grandma. So I got that here as a part of your title here. And then this came through a little bit later in the evening yesterday, or afternoon, I should say, late afternoon, hashtag the shift. So there's shifting that's taking place, blocks being removed, divine feminines being respected and given the rightful recognition that they deserve. And maybe that'll be a part of the title here too. No obstructions in one's view. This being that internal energy from within, that's very significant and important as far as the third eye, but then also the crown chakra and what's elevated from above and from within. I'm even seeing the backing energy that I got as the divine masculine for divine feminines. I see two beams here as supportive backing coming from even higher notes, and then the balance overall between two being there. And then this overall being about the importance of balancing out what's been unfair. Healing coming through as a part of this. Overall, the universe coming through and supporting and bringing through justice for what's been completely unfair. Transmuted energy from this 8 energy here. This will be a card of 8 in this deck here. And I'm going to leave. I'm not even going to look at the bottom. Well, alright, we'll look. Yin and Yang is also going to be feminine, masculine energy. The Hangman. And I don't get this being divine conduit. I get this being someone who wanted to cause stagnancy and be a block. This 12 creates a 3. The cloud energy will also be significant. This person not wanting to see, their eyes are closed. And they may come off like there's someone here, but they're not. This is who they really are. A manipulating person who wanted to steal someone's identity, try to be someone, try to block someone, keep someone down, and take their stuff. Boom. 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 And this will put a whole new meaning where I said this will even attest to the divine conduit energy, because the Hangman is going to be a divine conduit and about having greater perspective. But just the fact that this came through in this way to speak to the reversal energies of this masculine energy will also attest to the theft of the divine conduit energy. And then them also, in doing so, it just illuminated their ass. Because here's more of this energy, where I do get this being the sun energy. So the sun to that moon energy for this person. This also being judgment with the 12 and the 8. Not coming to the card of judgment as 20. The judgment also being a karma card. So heavy karma for this person. Let's see what's behind here. There's 3 different people here. The magician here is in the upright, that triangle energy. This is about also the knowing and having discernment. But there's mirroring energy here. And I get this being about the stagnancy connected to the upright empress that we now see here. For who is as a part of one's future here and what was trying to be blocked by this person here. That yellow energy will be connected to the beams and what's really being seen, and that being a part of justice. So these beams here in the backing, this is divine masculine here, next to divine feminine, empress energy in the upright, with the true three, the star power, the connect, the surroundings, having the world in their hands, and it never being taken. No one can take what's meant for you. Also, what it is that you've worked for. Twin flames. Someone wanting to block a twin flame connection. And it's showing by this foolish energy here. Justice coming through and being served. So congratulations for all of you who are resonating with this. This will also be about great patience here too. Lately, I've gotten this also too. I'm just gonna say what I'm getting here. This is divine timing and patience, but I'm seeing two cups being dumped connected to this energy here. As that's happening, the sun is rising. There's illumination. So empowering oneself by releasing what does not serve. That person not wanting to let go and release because of what they thought that they were getting, but they were only digging themselves into a deeper rut by bringing about illumination of the truth and the universe coming through to serve justice. I'm going to see what's behind this because I feel it's connected to this person. What's behind here? The Lovers and the Chariot. Now in this Chariot card here, I see the action of someone here doing something in the night and then rushing towards a couple here. And I feel the cups here have been dumped in connection to this person here because this has been attained here. This Hangman energy, I'm noticing what's at the crown here is right at the crown for both these two people in a twin flame connection. But I get this being overreactive energy. And someone trying to run. But I'm also getting, like, I see this being like fiery action moving towards a couple to try to do whatever is here. Here's the yin and yang symbol here. And the connect, and the love, and the surroundings, and the beauty. Like, I just see this person doing things and then coming at you and your person. And what I'm getting here is that it may have been so much so that, and I get it being connected to what's here. Like dumping these two cups to say, I don't want anything to do with this. And there may have been some confusion. But you're both here together. And this will speak to the stagnancy that was caused by that person. Connected to what's here. If that makes sense. Because of the actions of this actually showing the stagnancy that was created to cause disruption between you and your person. And the disruption, I just feel it being so much so when it comes to this, and there being some kind of manipulation to cause stagnancy, that there was a decision to do this. As a result, it's bringing about the illumination of what's true so that this can continue on and forward, and that this person can be brought to justice. A real hot girl can't be faded. Alright, let's get your final card. That went a little extensively. I feel that also will speak to the attempt of the manipulation and being able to see through things. And also know your truth. Alright. And then let's do this here. I mean, we could go... Look, oh my god, look at that. I was going to say, we could go further. What's right here? Because this Hermit card has come through as different things. I'm getting this, just seeing the facial features of this person. And then them not wanting to show their face. They may have a beard. They don't show their face here, but they're being seen here in the night. And I did say that with the illumination of the Empress. Being connected. It's all right here. Like, I just see someone doing things, rushing towards you and your person, it just being too much, and you're like, oh no. But then Spirit continuing on with the message, and this just being the internal knowing between you and your person, if you're Divine Feminine. And why the stagnancy is here is because of, boom. And then the 4 cards here, where we got 3 cards for this reverse Gemini. With this 4th card, we'll speak to the stubbornness of a reverse Emperor, also to associate it. And a very imbalanced person with that reversal 4 as well. So let's do this here. And then I also want to say here too, the Twin Flame card being significant for the Temperance energy. One that don't give up, I can say she took that. Now turn around and back it up. Oh, that's enough. Okay, this card wanted to... These split. So, let's see what's here. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's the Reversal Emperor. Let me open this back up. Get some fresh air up in here. Okay. Whew. Because I feel like this is a lot of fire that's attempted to be withheld, contained, and then lashed out. And that being a part of the mistreatment towards an Empress here. But just as much fire that's been dealt towards it's karmic return. That's it. And then on the bottom of this here, we have the reverse energy of the Crescent. And I get this being about illumination, connected to the Moon card. This will also be Crescent energy is about foundation, resistance. So the release of that also too is what I'm getting, with there being illumination of the truth. And no more distortions or illusions. And I did say too, I want to say also, dumping these 2 cups, I'm getting that being more about what happened here in the past, and then this person being reactive because Divine Feminine made a choice to choose up. Someone didn't like that and then wanted to create stagnancy. So let's get you a real card here, and then we'll complete your reading for Scorpio rising. Knight of Swords reverse. Deceptive energy, it's the reverse Gemini energy. Oh my god. There's a reverse Gemini energy again. So this will be that manipulative energy. Someone who's very cold, calculating, likes to play games, uses their intellect and their wisdom to double speak, to play games, to do mind games, tricks. The energy of what I see here with that king, I do see those gems connected to the blind energy that they wanted to put on Divine Feminine, but it busting up in their face. Lying, telling lies also here too. The sun aura just began, and it's 9:42, so that could be significant. Today is Saturday. I believe it's July 26th. I lost count. This month done flew by. But yeah, it's all here. And this will be the reactive energy coming from this reverse King of Swords. Incoming Tower. for their actions and being seen. I'm also getting two, and I think that's why I'm getting two sets of 2 cups, is that a divine feminine dumped out 2 cups. This created more sunshine, more illumination. And then because of the actions of the manipulation from this reverse Gemini person that's been left behind, having great patience, it may have taken some while, and that just being connected to what's here with the hangman and prolonging a situation between two who are destined to be together. And wanting to possibly giving up on this, because we don't have the star card here. We do have it coming after this tower here, though, so it could have been about possibly losing hope. But again, Spirit wanting to bring this energy about of recognition in what's there and what's actual and what's true to be seen. Seen, 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 seen. And someone, like, I'm getting scenes, like someone thought this was a game. Confirmation. And it's just blowing up in someone's face. It coming through here. Possibly with the onset of this reading here. So take what resonates for that. And you have that reverse Aries energy. The Emperor card will be a card of Aries. That also being about the false representation of the Mars energy. Mars also being the ruler of Aries as well. Goodness gracious. Alright, Scorpio rising. Oh, that's cute. You can't even see it. It done flew out there, and it's in front of that tower. I get this being... Okay, so we have the Aries card upright. I'm not touching it yet. Stay in touch, says Granny. But I want to keep this just like this. Just to give the message, excuse me, of the impact of the power of the Emperor. And they may have a lot to say, because my throat chakra just went all quirky there. But this being about the power of the Emperor and the Empress. And how it is that you are here always because you're connected as soulmates. Last quarter in reverse. So I get this, I get this reversal energy being connected to the stagnancy associated with the new Emperor that's coming through. But this Emperor wanted to be in the front. And I feel that speaks to a new cycle here that's coming through for an Emperor and an Empress. Wanting to be the head of all of this and put this behind to have some new. After there was some manipulating energy that wanted to keep a twin flame connection apart. The shift. Let's go ahead and read the Aries card here. So for Aries, we have period. So Aries. Color for Aries is going to be red. That'll also be your color too. And then hot, the first, the no, the where you want to be. It's a win. And this will be the upright magician that's here. And see the infinity symbol here at the third eye in the crown. It's the knowing. The knowing. When you know your truth and you live in your truth, anything that wants to come against that is going to be seen for their truth. I might even make that part of the title, because that was pretty epic what I just said there. Beautiful reading, Scorpio risings. And this is also correlation with the Mars energy. That's speaking to the active fire from within, but also your Scorpio rising situation here, and how it is that you're being seen, recognized, and appreciated as a Scorpio rising. And being seen for your truth, where a negative Scorpio association, it'll be that negative reversal, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, reversal King of Swords, and lying. Confirmation when it comes to the perspective of how it is that you're seen out in the world and being associated, or that attachment, wanting to be there, wanting to project that on to a divine feminine. And this just being completely a situation that's happening for lesson for this person. because this is very extensive. And I feel that the only way for any kind of shifting to take place will to be, what you all, along with your counterpart, have signed up for in order to create change for the better. And that also being a part of your knowing. You being completely empowered, impactful, enlightening, balanced, beautiful, sensual, graceful, successful, full of health, wealth, royalty, and loyalty. And we are in the energy of Magha, Nakshatra right now, for those that resonate with that. And that being about true leadership and what that really represents, what that really means, as far as the Leo energy of being a royal king or a royal queen. And I do get that also being a part of the representation here too. And two people being great leaders, staying in touch. Beautiful reading. Scorpio risings, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Look at what song is playing. I didn't even realize this. I forgot where I even left off. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. This is a song by Kendrick Lamar, and I did mention him earlier. Thank you, Kendrick, for your support. This is the song DNA. I'll put it in the description box for all of you to jam on, or you can find it yourself. Let this be the theme song here for you as a part of this awesomeness and blessing and reward that's universally coming through here for you. Until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.